Welcome back to our YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. The youths in this country have succeeded in their declaration that today was a holiday because businesses have come to a standstill. I've looked at the situations, the way things are in Nairobi. All roads were blocked, Nairobi and its environs. But there are scenes from Kiserian, Kitengela and Kajiado, and things are not looking good. In Kisii, they were not left out because they are standing in solidarity. FREDRICK is taking that place by storm. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin by looking at scenes from Gong because the police was overpowered. Kindly take a look at this.
Polisi wametoroka wakaenda. Polisi have run away. Gong is very bad. Polisi wametoroka wakaenda. Polisi wameenda jamani. Half time.
I like Kasongo, I like.
Half time na watu washachoka.
Kwa nini anashutia wapi? Wamewazunguka.
Now that was Ngong, and I want us to look at them one by one because I'm trying to imagine if this was an election day or someone has rigged elections and people are really raged. And you can only imagine what would happen. And then this was Kitengela. In Kitengela again, the police was overpowered. A very determined youth. The numbers speak for themselves. And then this was Kiserian, another place where the police had to retreat because they were overpowered by youths who are saying, we cannot let our country go to the dogs. Kindly take a look.
Hapa ni Kiserian.
And finally, this is Kisii town.
ningesema ya kwamba sisi kama protesters leo tuko peaceful. Kuna mtu yeyote ako na silaha hapa? Hakuna mtu mwenye ako na silaha hapa. Kwa hivyo amani, hatufai kufanya fujo yoyote. Last time mliona tulifanya fujo kidogo, lakini leo tuko peaceful. Hakuna mtu anacheza hata mpira, hatujawasha taya hata moja. So na waahidi, ningesema kuwa serikali pia iangazie vijana kwanza. Malalamishi yao, tunalalamikia nini? Uongozi mbaya, sasa uchumi imekuwa mbaya, cost of living imeenda juu. So serikali angalia maslahi ya vijana, alafu pia muweke mikakati ambayo inastahili vijana tuweze kupata kazi, na platform zote za media muwape uhuru.
So ladies and gentlemen, as I've told you earlier, I'm trying to imagine that those numbers, if those numbers decide to turn their anger into voting blocks, they wake up very early in the morning, the way they woke up, and they say, sisi tunaenda kutoa Kasongo. Because, you know, voting is a fundamental right. No one can take it away from you. So on that voting day, William Ruto will not have the police on the streets. So you see all the running battles, all the noise, Ruto must go one term. It will be sung, but very more profoundly at the ballot. And they will be singing that song with their voting cards. So I'm looking at it that way because I can see numbers that are so big, and I see the determination, and I see a fearless generation that are saying, we cannot sit back and watch. And I think William Ruto is really worried. I don't know what you think, but when you look at the numbers, the determination, the fearless, group, as they overpower the police, then you understand, then something must be done. As always, you will see the broad-based, brigade chest thumping as usual. They'll be making noise, trying to look for, some blame game, trying to apportion blame to Rigathi Gachagua. But the reality will remain the same, that when people are tired, and I remember 202 against Moi, I remember 207 against Kibaki. History has shown that when people rise up, they can never be defeated. So those numbers must worry William Samoei Ruto. The police was overpowered. The police is also human. Don't be fooled that they are happy. They understand what is happening in the government. Maybe they just took an oath to protect, to obey orders, but they are not very happy. These are our brothers and sisters. We come with them from the same clans, and they understand what is happening. I'm also looking at a situation where people have voted, and maybe someone is trying to mess around with the votes. Because this time around, I have a feeling that Gen Zs will be capturing the result all the way from the MCA level, that is the members of the county assembly votes, all the way to the presidency. And they will capture, is it from 34A or something? Now watakuwa wanarusha mahali. They will have something like a server or just a WhatsApp. And as the IEBC will be doing their job, ours will also, because we also have a right, we can collect and collate our, our result. Even before the IEBC declares the result, we shall have known who is going home. And I'm just imagining that with the numbers and the determination that I see around, the government tries to interfere with the elections. What do you think will happen if the numbers that you see are not just playing tribal politics, the numbers that you see are not just excited, if the numbers that we see are not just full of goons who are going with their, ugly business to storm businesses, if those people are tired of Kasongo, if those people are rallying on one accord that we want a change, then someone secretly, manipulates their vote. What do you think will happen? It will be chaos. And that is why, just the other day, Rigathi warned that if anyone tries to rig elections, what happened in 2022 will look like a Christmas day or Santa Christmas party. I know the government brigade, the broad-based government brigade led by Kimani Chunga, the minority leader, and his minority leader counterpart, Junet Mohammed, were calling for the arrest of Rigathi Gachagua, simply because he reminded us that if we want a peaceful country, then we must uphold the constitution. We must ensure that we have a free, fair, and verifiable election. So that is the situation. And for those who are, taking breath that, somehow demonstrators were blocked, no one, got access to the CBD, they don't know the economic damage that has resulted from the demonstrations. And the other thing that I must repeat is that you must have realized that demonstrations can go on even without the ODM. Demonstrations can go on without Raila Amolo Odinga. Someone was telling me that most bloggers cannot complete the analysis without mentioning Raila Amolo Odinga. Yet you understand that even yesterday Raila had called for a parallel kind of rally in Kamkunji. I'm still waiting to see whether he will have people getting access to Kamkunji. I don't know, because the police are everywhere. So whenever he speaks, people must also try to unveil the hypocrisy in it, because at one point, Mzee anatuambia he's pro-democracy. He's telling Gen Zs that I am with you. At another point, he has abandoned them. He's with Kasongo, who is killing them. So people must analyze and expose all the lies, because all politicians, not only Raila, most of these politicians are very crafty. All they look at first is their interest and that of their families, then their friends, then you come third. So these demonstrations have taken place without the input of Raila Amolo Odinga. And this is the good thing about it, because Raila has done his part. He's soon going to retire. But we cannot overburden one person with the fight for democracy. If they have joined the other camp, we cannot sit back there lamenting. People must go. And I like the fact that people have decided that we are going to take on Kasongo. We are going to express our displeasure and anger. Some quarters, they are not very happy that this is happening without them. There was that entitlement that bila sisi maandamano haiwezi fanyika. Just like there are other groups who believe that without them, government haiwezi endelea. This kind of entitlement must end with Gen Zs. Because if Gen Zs are going to play their cards well, they just decide to say, we are tribalized, we are partyless. Our common goal is the fact that we have a common enemy. And this common enemy is a government that does not listen to us. And we want to put in people, we want to elect people who will listen to us. We want to demonstrate what democracy is. A government of the people, by the people, for the people. And Gen Zs will do it if they just decide that wameachana na ukabila. Lakini mambo ya Gen Zs ambao wanatoka Nyanza sasa ni wanafuata Raila. Gen Zs ambao wanatoka Mount Kenya wanafuata Gachagua. Gen Zs ambao wanatoka Ukambani wanafuata Kalonzo. Gen Zs wa Western Kenya wanafuata, I think right now it's is not Wetangula, but Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya. If they start following those de facto leaders, then we shall all fail. Gen Zs must decide that they control leaders, not allowing leaders to control them. Because I'm saying this because if you look at the formation that we have, I still pity our country, because the more things change, the more they remain the same. Look at this side of William Ruto, Raila, Wetangula, Mudavadi, Joho, Oparanya, people like Amason Kingi. Is there any new face there? These are people who have been there before, and I don't expect any change from them. Look at the other camp. Gachagua, Kalonzo, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua, Muisa Kitui. Maybe because we have got two devils on the table, we have to choose one. But if you ask me, there isn't going to be much change. These are the usual suspects. They have been there before. We have seen them. How I wish that Gen Zs would decide to sponsor their own candidate. Because if they want someone who will listen to them, they must find one of their own. But all the same, we would rather have someone from Kalonzo's camp, and I have a feeling that that person should be Kalonzo, rather than having Kalonzo as our president, rather than having Kasongo as our president. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the situation. That was Kitengela, Kisii, Kiserian, and Gong. And I believe that this determination will go on as we head to 2027. Kama bado tutakuwa na watu ambao wanatujengea makanisa State House, as if State House ni nyumba zao. No. We are still going to have people who are in government, but they still pretend that they are champions for democracy. No. We need some fresh blood to take over. And this fresh blood must only be elected by us. And it is us who must determine the pace and the trajectory of our politics. Let us not allow others to, try to direct us, because we are taxpayers. All those leaders who are in office are there courtesy of our money. We are taxpayers. It is high time we rise up the way those people rose up. And if we want to ensure that we still maintain our numbers ahead of 2027, let us shun goonism, ile ya mnaenda mnavunja maduka. I want to believe from where I sit that wale wanavunja maduka are sponsored by maybe the government. I don't think that those who are characters that are promoting change would go to break into someone's shop. Because kama mimi na wewe, we are hustlers na tunang'ang'ana, maisha ni ngumu, kwa nini nivunje duka lako? I still believe that those are not part of change. Wale ambao bado wanavunja maduka, if you ask me, no. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the determination that we want, and the police understand that you cannot rule by the power of the bullet. I don't know what you think, but those places really did it well.